Good afternoon. I want to welcome everyone who is attending today. We are recognizing and commemorating the fact that we have two great achievements to talk about. One, the coalition, the 31 Coalition, and their long-striving, their long-striving effort to see what we are about to commemorate today, this highway, and the safety and mobility that it brings, and the continued efforts of the individuals involved to make this all happen. Our speakers today are John Leatherman from the Coalition 31 Coalition, Ron Mangus, the son of Representative Mangus, Congresswoman Jackie Walorski, my friend from the legislature, and our governor, Mike Pence. I also would like to recognize Haj Patel from Senator Donnelly's office. Senator Donnelly could not attend today, but he sends his regards, and he has Haj with us today. I would like to first recognize the construction workers from NDOT, the contractors who have worked on this project, the consultants. If you'll hold up your hands, we appreciate all the work that you've done to make this happen. Construction, the LaPorte District Construction Director, Angie Fagars, and the statewide construction director, Bob Talley, if you'll both hold your hands up. Thank you both. Our first speaker today will be John Leatherman. John was with the US 31 Coalition, continues to be with the US 31 Coalition. And John will give you a little bit of the history of how we got to this point. John.
2 minutes. Isn't this a great day? Isn't it a great day? It's a great day because we're opening a road, and it's also a great day because we're commemorating the efforts of Dick Mangus, who helped us with this a lot. The 31 Coalition started with 4 guys from St. Joe County Chamber and 4 from Elkhart, and it's now grown into 10 counties, 9 cities, or 9 cities and 10 counties. Anyway, there's lots and lots of folks, 30 to 35 companies supporting this effort. The goal is no stoplights between South Bend and Indianapolis. No stoplights between South Bend and Indianapolis. And the coalition is going to be working with the communities along the way, with the governor's office and with NDOT to try to make this happen. We want to thank all the mayors and elected officials from Michiana that helped us here. We want to thank Governor Pence, because Governor Pence has promised us that he's going to finish what we started. So it's a great day. Thank you for coming.
Thank you, John. Our next speaker is Ron Mangus, son of Representative Dick Mangus. This is kind of a special day for me. I served 28 years in the Indiana House with Dick Mangus. Dick was a friend of mine. I believe during that 28 years, anytime the legislature was in session, we ate dinner together along with a few other friends every Tuesday night. Dick was a great public servant, and he was a person who was committed to the mission. And the US 31 project was part of Dick's mission. Dick worked hard to see this project become a reality, and I appreciate just the opportunity to be part of memorializing this great public servant and really, really good human being. With that, Ron, thank you very much. Please come up.
Governor Pence, Congresswoman Walorski, officials from the Department of Transportation, and members of the public. My name is Ron Mangus, and I'm the son of Representative Mangus, and speaking on behalf of the Mangus family. Before I begin, I'd like to take a quick time to introduce the family. So very quickly, my mother Mary and wife of Representative Mangus, his daughter Marcia and my sister Marcia Forster, his sons, my brothers Russell, Richard, and Ryan. Rich worked on part of this US 31 project. Marcia's husband Rick Forster, Rich's wife Reese, my wife Heidi, granddaughter Brooke. Also with us is my dad's sister Eileen Eisenberg, my dad's brother Walter Lee and his wife Sue, and also with us is brother-in-law Rich Pondrat, and also special recognition to our neighbors Don and Kathy Coleman. On behalf of the Mangus family, we are honored to have a portion of US 31 named after Representative Mangus. Old US 31 had a huge impact on our family. The Mangus family farm and homestead are on the old highway. My dad, as a boy, delivered milk up and down old US 31, and all the Manguses went to school and church right on old 31. My parents even had to relocate their house in the 50s when they expanded the old US 31. Finally, my parents were presented with a semi-truck tire, which was deposited through their picture window of their home when it came loose off a truck driving on US 31. Thankfully, no one was hurt. However, this story illustrates what we all know, that the old highway was dangerous. The new highway will save lives and provide Lakeville, La Paz, and the surrounding communities the opportunity to grow. As a boy, I remember looking at maps and plans for the new US 31 on my dad's desk at home. At that time, the highway was nothing but an idea on the table. Then I thought about how much time my dad drove back and forth to Indianapolis. So I estimated the number of trips my dad took from 1972 to 2004 from our home in Lakeville to the State House in Indianapolis on old US 31 in his 32-year legislative career. Here's what I came up with, and these are the estimates. 900 round trips, 225,000 miles, and 5,000 hours in a car. Time estimate with the new upgrades to US 31, including pending upgrades in Hamilton County, the new US 31 bypass around Kokomo, and now the upgraded US 31 in Marshall and St. Joe counties, will save drivers approximately 30 minutes or more one way from South Bend to Indianapolis. Now, looking back at all the round trips my dad made over his legislative career to Indianapolis, the new US 31 would have saved him an estimated 900 hours on the road his entire 32-year legislative career. With those hours saved, I'm sure my dad would have really wanted to see the new highway and spend more time with his family. But not only would it have been a quicker trip to Indianapolis, but it also provides safety improvements and economic opportunity to this area. So with the 1,000 hours that he spent on US 31 and the impact on this community, it is fitting that the US 31 from State Road 4 to Lake Trail be named Richard W. Mangus Memorial Highway. Governor Pence, Representative Walorski, NDOT officials, on behalf of the Mangus family, we are truly grateful and appreciative of what your staffs have done to honor a community leader, a friend of Lakeville, husband, father, grandfather, great-grandfather, Representative Richard Mangus. Thank you very much.
It occurs to me, Mrs. Mangus, you and I go back farther than just about anybody in this audience that I know of. Our next speaker is Congresswoman Jackie Walorski. Jackie and I also served together in the House. She's now in Congress. I'm not sure where she went wrong. Jackie has the significance of being the 51st vote in the House for major moves which paid for this highway. Without Jackie's vote, you would not be sitting here today. I know I speak for my folks that work at NDOT and speak for you on behalf of your safety and mobility and our ability to use infrastructure like this to create jobs, which I know will please the boss. I welcome Congresswoman Jackie Walorski.
Good afternoon. I'm honored to be here and to just echo the words that you've heard, but I can tell you this about Representative Dick Mangus. So he loved his family, He was passionate about his service, and he was passionate about this road. And Dick told me time after time after time that I drove this district with him, how important it was. He would say every time he saw me or I talked to him, even after I was elected, he'd say, Jackie, don't let them stop that road. Don't let them stop the road. And I saw him shortly before he died, and he still said to me, don't let them stop that road. And you know what? I'm honored today to stand here with his family, to a guy that loved Lakeville. He loved to call it home. He traveled all those miles because of what this community meant to him. And I'll tell you this, I'll tell you what the key is also to why Dick said, don't let them stop this road. Dick saw what I saw. This road with these signs are all about jobs in our regional area. This road is a job maker, not just to the contractors and the many, many men and women that laid their hands to the plow literally to create this road. This road positions our district right smack dab in Indiana, in northern Indiana. This road allows us, again, to lead the transportation grid of the entire Midwest in job production. Whether it be by road, by air, or by rail, our area and our region with South Bend and Elkhart, St. Joe County and Elkhart County, Kosciuszko County, all knitted together, is the transportation grid of the Midwest. We are uniquely situated between Detroit, Indianapolis, and Chicago. We are one of the heaviest manufacturing production districts in the entire country, and we are exporters of agricultural products to the world. And what this road says to me is the future of our region is brighter because of the jobs that we can secure, the roadways that we can keep clear, a grid that will interconnect us continually with our nation and the globe as we provide Hoosiers with the kind of jobs that Hoosiers want. So I'm honored to stand here today to have played a small part. And I remember the day we voted on this, and John Leatherman reminded me of the day that we broke ground for this in Galloway's property, Galloway's daughter's property, back here on a hay wagon that was very jittery, and John and I were hanging on that we didn't fall off the hay wagon that day. But you know what? This is a great day for our region. It's a great day for Indiana. It's a great day for us in St. Joe and Elkhart County because our future kids are going to have jobs created from a grid that we can think back someday and say we played a small part in that. And it's also a unique opportunity for me to stand here and to tell you that we wouldn't be sitting here today without this governor continuing to lead our state on an economic comeback, to continue to provide an infrastructure second to none in this nation. So it's with great honor I ask you to give a warm welcome to our governor, Governor Mike Pence.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Congresswoman Walorski. I will be speaking to the staff that made me follow Jackie. It is wonderful to be with you today, and as governor of the great state of Indiana, to welcome you to the grand opening ceremony of the new US 31 Plymouth to South Bend. This is a big day for the future of our state. I'm delighted to be joined by men and women who brought this work about in so many different ways, in public life and also in the business of designing and turning the shovels. Bob Alderman, thank you so much for your work at INDOT. Let's give another round of applause to all these great INDOT workers that brought this project in on time and on budget. John Leatherman and everyone associated with the US 31 Coalition, thank you for your vision. Thank you for your tenacity, and thank you so much for the difference that you've made in opening up this vital corridor of economic growth and opportunity for Hoosiers. You have made our present more prosperous and our future more prosperous still. Thank you, John, and thanks to everyone in the coalition. You could applaud John if you want. It wouldn't offend anyone. To Ron Mangus, thank you. More on the Mangus family and the Mangus legacy in a few moments. But Ron, we're just so honored to have Mom and you and the kids and the family here. As I looked at the great number of family members that you introduced, it explained a lot about Dick's political success in this area over the last several years. But join me in welcoming the Mangus family here, especially Mary.
What a joy to share this moment with you. And to other key leaders who are here, we're honored to have Senator Joe Donnelly's office so well represented by Haj Patel, and also to be joined by two mayors who make such a great difference in the economic life of this region. The mayor of Plymouth, Mark Center, who is with us today. Mayor, thank you so much. Thanks for your leadership. And to the mayor of Mishawaka, Dave Wood, thank you for being here. This is a roadway that's going to make a difference, as Jackie said, in St. Joe and Elkhart and for all of Indiana. And we're also joined by two members of the Indiana General Assembly, two present members of the General Assembly who have been great champions for this project themselves for many years. And that honk was in agreement with that, I said. It's to Representative Tim Wesco and Senator Joe Zakas. Could you both stand and give a wave? We thank you for your support for infrastructure in Indiana. In fact, I note that Senator Zakas, along with Senator Doug Hunt, introduced the first resolution to study what was then called the US 31 Expressway Project back in 1989. And so, Senator, it's particularly meaningful to have you here today, and all those that we honor. Thank you for coming out. I know the sun is bright, and there is hospitality awaiting, but let me share a few thoughts about the meaning of this project. It is my belief that roads mean jobs, and here in Indiana, I love to say, if you're going to put on the Welcome to Indiana signs that you're the crossroads of America, you better have the roads to back it up. And thanks to the leadership represented here today, and to the leadership of the last administration and the support of the General Assembly. Today we celebrate one more installment on making sure that Indiana is now and will ever remain the crossroads of America. It also is great pleasure for me today to celebrate the naming of US 31 near Lakeville from this exit to Lake Trail as the Richard W. Magnus Memorial Highway. Richard, as we know, a native and lifelong resident of Lakeville, was elected to the Indiana House of Representatives in 1972 and served its distinction until 2004. And shortly at this table, with Mary at my side and the family and other dignitaries around, I will sign an executive order naming this stretch of roadway now and forever as the Mangus Memorial Highway here in the state of Indiana. You know, it was so important to make this upgrade to US 31. This new stretch of US 31 is 20 miles of divided four-lane highway between the 20 bypass in South Bend and US 30 near Plymouth. And you might recall last fall we opened 13 miles of US 31 freeway just east of Kokomo. And let me just say, when the final 13 miles north of Indianapolis opens to traffic at the end of 2015, a total of 32 traffic signals will have been removed from US 31 between our capital city and South Bend, increasing safety, saving a half hour, and making an incredible investment on opening up an artery for commerce and jobs and opportunities for Hoosiers for generations to come. Ron put a fine point on it, talking about how much time your dad spent on this highway and byway. I remember before I-65 opened up, all of my extended family was up in Chicago, and so driving up 31 on our way to Chicago before 65 was a reality. Brings back great memories, and to know that we're making a renewed commitment to opening up this artery to commerce in the state of Indiana. It's going to mean jobs. There's no question about it. I just came a few moments ago with Mayor Center from a celebration of a great employer in Plymouth, Indiana. As companies large and small look to grow in Indiana or come to Indiana, I have no doubt that the improvement of this infrastructure is going to make that even more attractive and more possible. It's going to improve safety. There's no question that the investment that the state of Indiana, the people of Indiana have made in this infrastructure is going to mean our roads are safer and our families are safer as a result. Whether it's quicker driving to the lake, to a fall festival, to a job opportunity, or to commerce, or whether it's getting to a great football game, go Irish. This road is going to mean great things for Hoosiers for generations to come. Apparently not a lot of Irish fans up here. I thought that'd be a bigger applause line. Okay, thank you very much. Thanks. Waiting to see you out there. You know, John said, my whole philosophy on infrastructure, my NDOT team will tell you, is you take care of what you got, you finish what you started, and you plan for the future. And our administration, I pledge to you today again, is continuing to do that in a diligent and fiscally responsible way here in the state of Indiana. Well, we should. I mean, other than the people of Indiana, who are the greatest people on earth, okay? The truth is, our greatest natural resource is our location. I mean, we're in the middle of everywhere. We're the heart of the heartland. And as the people in the real estate business say, the three most important things are location, location, and location. And when you look at where the state of Indiana ranks, a top 10 states in 46 different logistics-related categories. We're tied for number 1 in pass-through interstates. We rank number 3 in the number of freight loads, and number 5 in domestic waterborne shipments. We're home to the second largest FedEx air hub in the world, and more than 75% of the U.S. population lives within 1-day drive from the state of Indiana. That's what I mean when I say that roads mean jobs, and the investment that we're able to make today and dedicate here today is going to mean a more prosperous Indiana for generations to come. So this new stretch of 31 shows that the people of Indiana understand what our strengths are and understand where our opportunities lie. And let me just say, as your governor, it is the greatest privilege of my life to be with you today and to be able to make this official a dedication and opening. I know we've had this roadway open for a few days, but to be able to celebrate the grand opening of the new US 31 Plymouth to South Bend. And let me say, may God bless all of those who travel on this road, and may God bless the state of Indiana and northern Indiana with greater prosperity and opportunity because of the generosity of our people and because of the vision of those who've gone before. Thank you very much. It's a joy to be with you today. Now, before we get out of the sunshine, let me say one more official piece of business. As I said earlier, in addition to this dedication, I'm proud to name US 31 near Lakeville, from State Road 4, Pierce Road to Lake Trail, as the Richard W. Magnus Memorial Highway. Representative Magnus served as the chairman of many committees during his long tenure in the Indiana General Assembly, including the Elections and Enforcement Committee, the Environmental Affairs Committee, the Natural Resources Committee, in addition to being appointed a member of the Department of Natural Resources. He was honored with awards throughout his 3 decades in public service, including the District Soil and Water Conservation Recognition Award, 4-H Leadership, and the Junior Chamber of Commerce Outstanding Citizen of the Year. His dedication and service, and let me say love, for his community led to his support of the development of this new US 31 route, as you just heard from his former colleague Bob. And without his support, we would not be here today. And so we truly believe that it is altogether fitting that with my authority as a governor of the state of Indiana, that we name this new and meaningful stretch of road in the memory of this great legislator, Dick Mangus. And as I put my hand to this executive order, this stretch of road will now and forever remind Hoosiers of his and his wonderful family's extraordinary contribution to the life of our state. Thank you all very much. It's wonderful.